Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, Real Kens TV and the House Like Kitchen Sinks. Before I get into this afternoon's message, if you will, y'all jump in the comment section. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. Let me know your city, your state, your hood, your set, whatever it may be that you represent. Currently, I'm in the midst of a traffic jam. So I figured who better to holler at than my YouTube family. Come on, kids, put your seatbelt on. Typically, I have my seatbelt on, but I'm in a traffic jam. Traffic is barely moving, and when it is moving, it's moving at a very, very slow rate. So once it picks up, I'll definitely have my seatbelt on. But with all that being wrapped up into one big old nutshell that is, and there is a message. I get a call today, man, a very disturbing call, to be honest, and it's from an individual that I'm not gonna say his name, obviously. Not gonna say where he's incarcerated, but he's in the pen. Evidently, he has access to a cell phone, and which so many people do. And he watches a lot of my videos, and he's telling me, Real Kens. I say Real Kens because, you know, I've put my phone number out there several times. So him and I had a whole lot of back and forth, you know, dialogue, if you will, about the concern that he has. And he's in a cell with an individual. And he fears for his life. He fears for his manhood, his safety. Dude is making a whole lot of advances towards him. So I said, essentially, you know, upon listening to everything that he was telling me, essentially you in the cell with a booty bandit. It's not good. I already know, Real Kens. I've tried to get a move. I've gone to the staff, but I can't go and say that this guy is trying to grape me, because then I'll be known as a snitch. So I've tried to just get moved out of the cell. The problem is, where I'm incarcerated at, you can't just get a cell move simply because you want a cell move. I deeply understand that. You see, in the good old Commonwealth of Kentucky, you're in the penitentiary, they allow cell moves, but you have to find someone that's willing to swap out with you. If you can't find a willing participant to come into that cell and you go into the cell that they're in, guess what? You're going to be stuck where you're at. Hell, I've seen instances where people have gone in and said, listen, man, I don't feel safe in this cell. You know, get me out of here, and you know, something's going to happen to me. Their parents, their family, loved ones, friends, what have you, have called up to the prison. And the prison just totally ignores them. You look up, a person is severely injured. Sometimes even unalived. It's the dangers of prison, man. You see, when they throw you in prison, they don't throw you in prison to accommodate your needs and wants and desires. No, they throw you in prison, as I often speak of, is because it's a business. So you're gonna go wherever they have the bed space for you to go. It's really a sad situation, being that a lot of these people that are in prison don't even deserve to be in prison. But again, it's a business. You got to keep those beds filled. Now, I'm not speaking about the chomos and the SEX offenders, and, you know, the murderers and people that do things to elderly people, and, you know, I'm not speaking of those people robbing people and violent. No, but a lot of the people that are just committing thefts, which is wrong to commit theft. The people that are doing credit card frauds and things of that nature, it's wrong to do these things, but they're thrown in prison because they're hit with these sentence enhancements. So you want to charge me with a felony for using a credit card. Okay, cool. I shouldn't be using other people's credit cards. Although that money's insured or what have you, somebody has to, you know, the insurance company is coming out of somebody's wallets. Okay. Well, the thing about it is this. You would take an individual in which he's facing a year or two, but because he's had a prior felony, you all enhance that sentence all the way to 5 to 10 years. So it's somewhat double jeopardy. Well, Kens, people shouldn't do what they do and they wouldn't have to worry about that. I understand, but a lot of things that we do in life we shouldn't do, but we do it anyway. Shouldn't smoke cigarettes because you know the ultimate result, the end result, the possibility of how bad it could go. But how many people smoke cigarettes? Same with drinking, same with drugs, same with, there's a lot of things that we shouldn't do in life. But we do them anyway. Looks like this traffic jam may be coming to a halt. So this individual, we're just going to call him Mark. What should I do, Kens? Well, Mark, I need more details. Like, what is he doing to you? Are you sure you're not exaggerating? Are you sure you're not just a little paranoid? Are you sure that you haven't watched a little, too many prison videos? Nah, real Kens. Dude is just coming at me. When I first came into the cell, I didn't have anything. And I committed the ultimate sin that you always speak of. Don't borrow anything from anyone in prison. Because when the time comes for you to pay that back, so let's just say I borrowed some Zoom Zooms and some Wham Whams and some cakes and some... He told a story about Big Rufus. Big Rufus. Notorious booty bandit in the Kentucky Department of Corrections. Big Rufus would often catch young white dudes. Young white guys is his preference. Hey, how you doing? They call me Big Rufus. And that's the way he talks. But he's a gorilla. Big Rufus is about 6'2", 230, 240. Been locked up 17, 18 years at the time that I ran across Big Rufus. Dude was a gorilla, man. He was in his 30s at the time, but he had a calm voice. When he talked to you, when you look at him, you would think that he would be like, yeah, what's up, man? They call me Big Rufus. But that's not the type of voice that he had. You talk to Big Rufus, it was, yeah. They call me Big Rufus. Don't believe, anything that you hear on the yard. I'm here from you. I'm here for you. I just understand how it is. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I know how it is when you first arrive on the yard. You don't have anything or whatever. So if you need anything, holler at me. I got you. It's a store man. You got a store man in prison. You borrow one thing, you pay 2 items back. You borrow 2 items, you pay 3 items back. You borrow 3 items, you pay 5 items back, and so forth and so forth. You ain't got that money? If you don't got that bread on the day that you're supposed to pay it back, now you get taxed. He may give you an extra week, he may give you a couple days, or whatever he gives you. But the longer that you take to pay Big Rufus back, the longer that, or the more that individual is going to tax you. Then it gets to the point to where you just can't pay it back. You may have borrowed $10 worth. You owe 20 back, 18 back. Your money didn't come because you're depending on someone else to send your money. It was a problem in the system. It was, for whatever reason, that money didn't come. Or perhaps your people sent it on a turtle or on a snail. That money never came. So the $10 that you borrowed from Big Rufus that was supposed to be in 18 to 20 back, it's been 3 weeks. Your money finally comes. Here you go, Big Rufus, man. I'll do a little tax. I do a little extra on top of there, man. Just for, I'm sorry it took so long, bro. Here go your Zoom Zooms, your Wham Whams, your noodles, your sodas, your cakes. The only problem is Big Rufus. Nah, Big Rufus, that ain't the type of cakes Big Rufus want back. Hold on, Big Rufus, what do you mean those are not the type? Nah, those are not the type of cakes that Big Rufus want back. I want the other type of cakes. all sort of booty bandits. Now, what are you gonna do with this gorilla? This dude's a gorilla. Now, if you bout it, and rowdy, you ain't letting nobody take your manhood. And by chance, if they do, because it can happen, you ain't going out without a fight. You ain't just, all right, go on and do what you do. Let's go on and get this over with. No. That's not what men do. I'm a bad boy, but not Puffer Mike Lowry. Men gotta do men things for men's salaries. Don't let nobody just take you. That's not a man. You a man or you a mouse. That's a popular saying in the Kentucky prisons. At least back then. You a man or you a mouse. So Mark is dealing with this individual, and he's telling me he's telling me, no, I'm sure, I'm for certain. I committed the ultimate sin, as I mentioned, and I borrowed some things from him. My money came, but when the money came, it was very late, and it wasn't the amount that I was expecting. Well, he threw all of this tax on top of me. Even though he's my cellie, he threw all of this tax on top of me, so I can't pay it. And I don't know when my next amount of money is going to come. He's saying things to me. He's brushing up against me. Now, me, myself, to paint a picture for you all, unfortunately, I'm not 5'11". I'm about 5'9". We're about 185. I work out. I'm a white guy. Typically, I'm clean shaven, but I'm trying to grow hair on my face or whatever, but I don't really grow hair on my face like that. So I'm trying to have that look. Let my hair grow out or whatever. But I'm just not that guy. I'm not a punk. I'm not a, I'll stand up and fight for myself. But they got me in the cell with this dude, man. This dude is 5'11". He got a big old pot belly. White dude, tattoos everywhere. Look like he weigh about 260. Been in and out of the system his whole life. This dude has a lot of respect on the yard. Don't play no games. And I'm in the cell, and he's brushing up against me. He's saying things and sexual connotations with, to me. And I just think that when he gets the opportunity, he's really, really going to try me. Because it seems as though he's already trying me anyway. He's checking my temperature, as you would say, real kids. He's checking my temperature. And I'm in fear that he's going to do something to me. Or it's going to get to the point to where I have to do something to him. He's making demands in the cell. He's trying to call the shots in the cell, which he was already in the cell prior to me arriving. Now he's trying to treat me as though I'm a little kid. I can't be in a cell at this time. I can't go out at that time. I can't watch this. I can't watch that. I can't. It's like he's really, really trying to control me. Kens, I know that you know the size of a cell, the average size of a cell. But I can't fight this big son bitch in a cell. What do I do? I'm only serving an 8-year prison sentence, in which I've already gone up for parole. I did 17, 18 months, 19 months. I believe that's what he told me, 19 months. And the parole board told me to do 12 more months, take a couple of these classes, and I'll have a chance of going home. I'm trying to get home to my family. I'm trying to do everything that they told me to do. But I fear I'm going to have to extend my stay because they won't let me out of the cell with this big crazy son bitch. And I know that it's coming. He's going to try me. If I get a weapon, if I get a knife, if I get a shank, then I run the risk of getting caught with it. To get caught with it, guess what? That's a potential outside charge. Please, real kids, can you help me, man? I don't know what to do. Once again, I'm in the cell with a real live booty bandit, and he's a respected booty bandit on the yard. People don't try him. Gets money sent in. Like I said, he runs a store. His whole locker is full. He got money. He's very, very connected and plugged on the yard. Wow, Mark. First of all, I hate to hear something like that. I mean, because that does put you in a precarious, it puts you in a very, very difficult position, no pun intended. What I would tell you and what I would tell anybody, what I would tell myself, I'm a man first. I understand you want to go home, who don't? Who wants to be in prison? Around a bunch of hard ankles. Around a bunch of men all day long. Who wants that? Nobody wants that. So I totally get it. I totally understand. You've gone to staff, administration, or what have you. You've made it known to your family on the outside. Continue to have everything documented that you've exhausted all your remedies. Been in a cell with this individual. But I also understand that if you go to him and say, hey, this dude is trying to grape me, or I fear that he's going to try to grape me, and you looked upon as a rat. Mark, they have, and I'm sure that you're familiar with it, they have a something that's called PREA. What is it called? The R word. It's PREA. I forget exactly what it stands for, to be honest. But basically, you can get on that phone on the wall. They call it a devil's box. That blue phone on the wall, and there's a code that you can type in. Did I ever do it? No. Never had to do anything like that. Actually, PREA stands for the Prison R Word Elimination Act. PREA. That's what it stands for. See, back in the day when people like Fleece Johnson and people like that was locked up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, they didn't have anything like that. You just had to get it how you live, deal with it. But now you can get on that phone, type in a code, and it's anonymous. They'll know who you are, but your name will never be put out there like that. But even with that, people are going to put two and two together and realize that you were the one that said something. Hey, I'm in a cell with this individual. I fear for my safety. I think that he's going to try to do something to me. And they're supposed to come and get you out of that situation. Again, I've never dealt with PREA, so I don't know exactly how it works, but I do know that it's in place for situations such as this. In the event that you do that and they still don't get you out of that cell, because this assault that you're anticipating could happen at any given time, at any given night. You've already stated to me, now you all don't know exactly everything that he said to me because I just haven't put everything out there. But he said that this dude, man, he's a big dude, he's a gorilla. He done knocked a couple people out. Word on the yard, he done already graped a couple people. But yet they throw you in the cell with this individual. Bed space. It's all about that bed space. I can't tell you what to do, Mark, but I know what I would do. So let me explain to you briefly what I would do. I know that you said your money situation is kind of, iffy. Don't know how long you've been there. Sounds like you've been there for a little minute. I'm going to go to somebody that can get me a weapon. I don't advocate violence. But at the same time, I definitely don't advocate raping another person. Whether it's a man, woman, whoever. I don't advocate that whatsoever. I'd go to whoever I need to go to, give me a piece of steel. Having some bit sharpened as much as I could, I'd get me a couple of them. I know it's very difficult to have it on you at all times because you got random shakedowns. understand that you may just be minding your business on the yard, and the officer, hey, you, come here, pat you down. So I put it, in a secure spot to where, because typically when they pat you down, they're not like, it's just kind of like a quota that these officers have. They got to do so many pat downs or shake downs per day. So unless you run across a jerk, a lot of times they're not really trying to, find anything. It just looks good for the cameras. And I keep that thing on me at all times. Mainly in the cell. Outside of the cell, you can probably get away with it because you got cameras, 9 times out of 10, he's going to try to get you. If he tries to get you, as you anticipate, they're going to try to get you in that cell. And you have a little surprise for him. Fleece Johnson told a story about, he was a young man and they put him in a cell with a gorilla. Dude of similar stature, similar size. Big black nigga. You want something to eat? You want some chili? Fleece Johnson has a high-pitched voice. No, I'm fine. Oh, what, you think you better than everybody else? I heard your stomach growling, youngster. Get on, eat some of this chili. Fleece ate the chili. Next thing you know, dude is saying, I done gave you all my chili, all my food I've been feeding you. Are you gonna give me something? Fleece was waiting on his money to come in or whatever. Got tricked by the booty bandit. He was doing things to Fleece. The same things that you're describing, Mark, Fleece described as this individual was walking around the cell with his boxers on and had his private parts sticking out of the, your boxers. You get like the little slit in the front or whatever. He's walking around with his thing hanging out. And then it just got to the point to where he just told Fleece, I'm gonna have you, I'm gonna take you. Luckily for Fleece, he had talked to a couple of his own homies on the yard. They had already schooled him about who he was in the cell with, which at that point he already knew anyway, because this individual made it perfectly known. They gave Fleece a knife, knowing that he could get caught with that knife on him. It didn't matter, he kept that knife. And when that booty bandit went to make his move on Fleece that night, he put on a demonstration. It's like he tried to win an Emmy Award. He tried to win an Oscar. When I say he tried to win an Oscar, Fleece is, nah, man, I'm not with that, man. I'm not with that. You're going to respect me in this cell, man. Fleece is standing up for himself. Again, this is not the Fleece Johnson that we all seen on MSNBC. If I want you, I'm going to have you. Now, this was a younger Fleece Johnson when he first came into the penitentiary at Eddyville, Kentucky State Penitentiary, home of death row, maximum security, notorious prison in Kentucky State Pen. You think I'm playing with you? You think I'm playing with you, little nigga? That's how he's talking to Fleece, according to Fleece. I wasn't there, obviously. Like I said, dude's a gorilla, 230, 240, work out all day long, just cut up. Black dude. Very, very intimidating. You think I'm playing? He takes his hand, he takes his fist, and he hits the wall. Boom! Concrete, a block. Half his arm goes through the wall. All you see is just white dust flying in the air. Fleece Johnson was scared to death, as one could imagine. I done just seen this dude ram his hand through a block wall. Okay, man, I can't fight this dude. I'm gonna let you go on and just, I'm gonna go on and just allow him to do whatever he wants to do. Cause I can't, there's no way I can beat this dude. He's gonna kill me in this cell. He's gonna choke me out. The dude starts to touch Fleece in a manner in which he shouldn't be touching him. He starts to kiss him on his neck, and it's according to Fleece. He tries to stick his tongue in his mouth. I guess at that point, instincts, they I don't know, they come to you know, his instincts just like, whoa. In survival mode. He's in survival mode at that point. He remembers that he has this knife. He forgot all about the knife. He's mesmerized. This dude has just ran half his arm through a block wall, concrete wall. Once Fleece remembers he has that knife, sticks him in his neck. And the dude, he's backing up. Stop. Yeah, don't run now. Fleece, stab. And again, I'm not an advocate for violence, but you can't let nobody just take your manhood. And Fleece would proceed to stab this individual until security came. And even when security came, Fleece continued to do so. He didn't want to put that knife down, as one would expect. But finally got Fleece up off the dude. Fleece said to this day he don't know if the dude lived or if he didn't live. The Department of Corrections knew they were dead wrong for putting Fleece in the cell with a booty bandit. Did a little whole time, got out, never seen the dude again. So I'll say all of that to say Fleece did what he had to do to protect himself. And I suggest, Mark, that you do whatever you need to do to protect yourself. I'm not telling you to go and shake somebody, cut somebody. Go through every measure that you've already been attempting to go through. You continue to do so. But when it hits the fan, and when it gets gangster, and it's already gangster, you in penitentiary. When it gets gangster, see, when you go to the pen, we watch these TV shows and movies, and they make it look cool, and they make it look glamorous, and penitentiary is dangerous, man. You will lose your life in the penitentiary for no reason. And just have it on standby. Don't let him know you got it. And don't play no games with him. Don't play no games with him. Have it on you when you in that cell. As soon as he runs up on you, did he touch you? Did he touch you like this? Or did he touch you like this? As soon as you feel that pressure, as soon as you feel as though this individual is really coming for your manhood, then you do what you got to do. 1 + 1 always equals 2. You do what you got to do to get him up off you. And if he dies, he dies. These dudes in prison, man, I'm telling you, man, you got savages. You got savages out on the streets. But people are a little bit more, yeah, I mean, like on the streets, okay, it's kept in check. Because, you know, people, okay, I got my family, I got my kids, I got my... But sometimes when you're in prison, oftentimes when you're in prison, man, these dudes, man, they is what it is. Especially if you're dealing with an individual that has a life sentence. Or that 60, 70 years, might as well have life. What's so crazy about dudes in prison, man, I've seen some of the most violent, hardest dudes, double pause. And they ain't even have that much time at all. 7, 8 years, 10 years, 12 years. It's not a long time. It's a long time. But in comparison to the individuals that's never going home, that's not a long time. They got a release date. They got an out date. Those be some of the most violent dudes. But I implore you, Mark, to continue to try to get out of that cell. I'm not advising this, but I've heard of situations in which I'm going to get you before you get me. You got to go to sleep. He's on the bottom bunk, I'm assuming, because he was already in the cell first. See, in Kentucky, you don't pick your bunks. Your bunk is assigned to you by the Kentucky Department of Corrections. They determine if you get a bottom bunk or a top bunk. I've heard of scenarios in which dudes that are being picked on, bullied, with the threat of being raped. They wait for the individual to go to sleep. Wait for him to get on the toilet. Wait for him to be in a vulnerable position. And you take that blade. You go to your Dante from the Dante Show Network, man. Shout out to Dante. Push that blade on him. Again, I'm not recommending you do this, Mark. I'm just simply telling you some of the scenarios that I've seen. Obviously, if you reached out to me, you understand that this is a very, very serious situation. Protect yourself at all costs, is what I can tell you. Protect yourself at all costs. Because it's one thing to have booty bandits on the yard. You're going to see booty bandits on the yard. Prison. Some of the hardest, biggest dudes, strongest dudes, they're going to be booty bandits. And they have that sentiment that Fleece had, man, it's more important than water. They see you, they feel as though you weak, you ain't got no crew, you don't appear to be a street dude, a penitentiary dude, they're going to try to take you. But it's a totally different thing when you're in the cell with a booty bandit, man. Take care of yourself, Mark. Hopefully you take heed to the words that I've expressed to you. And if anybody else is watching this, and again, you find yourself in a cell with a booty bandit, just be mindful. Understand that you get one life and one life only. And at all costs, be willing to protect your manhood. Real Kens TV. Hopefully you liked the video. Feel free to comment. Definitely share. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Be sure to hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive. Holla at me, Mark. I've already told you anyway. You got my personal number. But I'll tell you again over the airwaves. Holla at me any chance or any time that you need to holler at me, man. Real Kens TV, man. Stay out of prison.